Okay, so this is the Norfolk Beach. I'm on a pier right now, and those are the buildings, the houses. So I'm actually not sure if Beach House will connect exactly to the beach in the way that you might have been expecting, because there's a huge dune, you know, in between the beach and the buildings. And Beach House should be just one of these houses. I'm not sure exactly which one, but it should be just right up here. Going by where I am. But as you can see, this beach is plenty big enough for fucking around, and nobody's out here right now. It is the middle of January, but I don't think there'll be that many more people out here in March, so I think we'll be pretty good on that end. See, I parked in the parking lot of this building right here, but I think it might be like that one right next to it, or the one next to that. You guys might recognize from the pictures. I see a trampoline on one of those houses. I'm not 100% certain. Just want to.
Welcome to fucking paradise.
Are you doing it?
It's raining. What the fuck? I was promised a tropical beach getaway. What is this bullshit?
Please don't tell me this is paradise. I've been dreaming something much more nice.
Hey.
If this is all there is, why fight?
We're bringing it back. Bring it back. Press 1
It's cold
for the reference.
out.
I figured,
Hey Ben.
It's foggy.
I figured that reference had to be made as soon as possible.
Yeah. I've
And
thought
the
of it a
plane
few
ride
times.
sucked. It was bumpy. And they didn't even give me the whole can of Diet Coke. They just gave me a cup.
I told you that was gonna happen. Delta's
Yeah.
cheap as fuck.
Yeah, you were right.
See,
Should've said.
we can talk right away about RADCON expenditures in the unexpected variety, be they such as time or money.
Indeed.
Like me driving out here to the airport to pick up all 4 of you. Oh wait, show those empty seats. Oh,
Huh. Weird. That's what's up with that.
Yeah, I thought there was supposed to be Nate and Michelle there.
Yeah.
Apparently
we were
they
promised.
missed their connecting flight.
They missed. All he
Possibly
said was
they
he missed
a flight.
He missed a flight. We don't know.
But
which
if they
one.
missed their first flight, then they didn't
then they
mention
took
it.
6 hours to
Yeah.
let us know.
Yeah.
So who knows?
It's certainly a mystery.
And we can't get into the Rad House until 4.
Right.
So we're just taking the fairly
Don't know what
substantial
time
drive
they
back
will-
to Digi's house now. We're just gonna fuck around, I guess.
Yep. There's no sense. I mean, we could pass by the Rad House potentially. We are a little past it. We've
Hey,
gone out of our way.
actually,
yeah, we'll just wait. Until we
Stop
see.
at a. If
But
you
we are
see,
going to pass the old Rad House.
if you pass a convenience store, I want to stop.
Well, we will definitely stop at a convenience store on our way.
Okay.
But for now, goddamn Ben,
Yeah.
you fucking stink, dude.
Yeah, I farted.
That's a fart? I just
Yeah.
thought that was just smells
No.
like.
No, I've been sitting next to Ben all day. There's not been any noticeable stank.
Thank you very much, Tom. I appreciate it.
The only stink is his politics.
Dude, the most fun I've had in years was loudly talking about how much I hate the libs in the waiting room.
In
New York.
LaGuardia Airport, surrounded by like 40 people, just like full volume.
Full volume, just like God.
Fuck Biden, piece of shit,
fuck
fucking
Biden,
neo-libs.
Fuck these libs. Oh, libs just like Obama because he was handsome. They just want to get President Cheeto out of the White House so he's not tweeting on the toilet all day.
Should have vlogged that. What was I thinking?
Yeah, you should have.
I was too comatose. I haven't slept in 2 days. I've been working on this fucking lecture. I'm still only half done.
I am.
So I haven't completely decided what lecture I'm gonna do, but I'm thinking I might do the Brony community.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's the only one I can do like from.
That's the mystery.
memory, you know?
People need to know our roots.
I
who
think
weren't
that
there.
makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, apparently I've mentioned it somewhere. I had a few ideas. One I was really excited about was I want to do a Jeffrey Epstein lecture.
That
However,
would be funny.
There was not enough collected data yet. Like nobody has put together in one resource all of the stuff that is known about him. Like there are.
Isn't that exactly why a lecture needs to happen?
Yes, but like I couldn't get enough of the data in time. Like it's so disparate. There was no collection of anything. Like And I know tons of random stuff, but I don't know where I got it all from, or I got it all from like third-hand sources, that like collect other information. So Don Jolly is currently working on, he told me, a encyclopedia of this information. Like, he is actually building that. I don't know if that's because of the fact that I was looking for it and none existed, or if he just already was working on it, but it was not going to be done in time to be used as a resource.
We just need to fly the man out so he can do the lecture.
I mean, I don't know if I know less than he knows. It's just a lack of the sources and being able to like put together an exact picture. Because most of what I want to talk about is not simply Epstein himself, but everybody surrounding him and like how they're all connected and what they've all been accused of themselves. It's a crazy, crazy story.
Yeah,
it would be a great podcast.
Fun for the whole family, especially the youngins.
Especially the character that I have in mind to perform the lecture as.
Fantastic.
Should I spoil that or should I say
no? Keep that on the down low.
Back pocket. And I had originally planned to do the Coheed and Cambria album lecture, but the problem with that one is like, if I was like, oh, and that's what I described to you a scene, and that's what they were saying in this song when he sang these lyrics, and you'd be like, oh yeah, that's interesting. I don't know the song or lyrics in question, but
that'd also probably be hard to get past copyright if you want to drop songs in there.
Right, exactly. Ben, what are you doing? You keep rolling up and down the window. Which do you want? Do you want it open or not?
I want it open.
All right, then.
Ben, what lecture are you doing? Lectures, plural.
Don't want it open, or you do want it open?
Okay, no, that's fine. It's fine. I've said this before. I want to do Chris Chan 102.
Yep.
I want to do Jennifer Diane Wrights. And today it struck me out of the blue. Why would I not do an Ululilia lecture? So I brought Legend of the Elemental Masters and the Secret in the Basement, his two masterpieces.
Hell yeah.
And I don't think that one will be very long. I think that one can probably be like an hour, because the books are actually pretty easy to explain. They're like way longer.
Alright, you gotta get ready because old Radhouse is about to come up.
Oh fuck. Everyone, press F for old RADCON.
Dox my old house that nobody lives in anymore. Well, I think somebody might live there, but they don't seem to.
It's alright.
Every time I pass, there's nobody in the driveway. It's gonna be coming up soon. It's gonna be some people pump the brakes, but you see this next white mailbox, that's going to be the house.
Yeah.
So,
white mailbox,
right
white
there.
mailbox.
Oh, there's some kind of truck there.
Whoa!
Oh, there it is.
Oh man, the window shutter's all crooked. Damn. It's looking ramshackle.
What if we just stole the house back?
I mean, we probably could, because I don't think anybody is actually living there.
What
I
if
think
we
they
just
bought it and
squatted
they have
in
not
it?
moved in.
Yeah, can we just squat in there until we can get the new rat house?
I wish.
Turn around and stay there.
The red house is in the other direction. But in any case, we're about to cut all the way across town to my house.
Damn.
What was the other lecture I had said I might do? Was it just Coheed and Epstein? Did I have another idea?
Those are the two I remember.
Yeah,
Those are the two
Wait,
that I
Brody.
heard.
Well, Brony's the one
Well, we
I'm
just
probably
mentioned
going
that.
to do, just because I did not have, like, Epstein, I came up with it thinking, like, all right, I've got a week. That'll be plenty of time. There's not that much information. It was just a matter of, like, finding
Oh, there's not that much information about the mysterious government cover-up of
Yeah.
a supposed suicide of a man connected criminally to, like, every fucking billionaire in the civilized world.
Well, I mean, that's the main thing.
Think about how complicated
The
it
main
could be.
point of it would be to like list everyone he was connected with and everything that is implied through that connection. Such as like that one dude. I don't remember the name of the guy who was like the head of the BBC, who it turned out was like a necrophile.
Whoa!
And like connected heavily to the royal family, and of course the royal family is heavily connected to Epstein. But the main, like, truly, if I gave an Epstein lecture, my main focus would not be Epstein, but Ghislaine Maxwell. Because Ghislaine Maxwell is the way more important figure who is still out there on the run. Nobody knows where she is.
Is that the woman who there's like pictures of her in Bloomberg? And
There's pictures of her with everybody because she was Epstein's like right hand woman basically. But she's like, okay, her father was with Mossad, which is the
Saudi.
The CIA of Israel. So her father works with like Israeli intelligence, and her sister, one of like her elder sister, like practically like invented the internet
What
for
the
the
fuck?
sake of what was it? she created like the first like database system that was used by the CIA. So like all information databasing done by the CIA goes through her program that she built. So like her whole family is like deeply connected into the intelligence field. And what Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein were doing, because she was basically the pimp. She would like find the girls who they would bring to Epstein's island, and the whole point of it was that it was a blackmail operation. They would bring in important figures, they would have them, you know, have sex with kids, and then they would have all these secret wires and taps and shit. So they potentially, and a whole bunch of tapes were seized, and like a bunch of shit. The government currently has potentially a bunch of tapes of Bill Clinton fucking children and other such things, you know, but they haven't been looked into yet. Nobody's, for whatever reason, they haven't released what's in it. And there's all kinds of mysteries around that. But like, you know, we know Clinton rode on his airplane, which is literally called the Lolita Express, 25 times. You know, we know that Prince Andrew was deeply connected, you know, and the woman, Virginia Giuffre, who's been pressing charges, like, she's been pressing charges against Epstein and all these people. Like, she's been trying to get this out for a long time. And the news media, I mean, there was an ABC reporter who basically got, do you know about that leak that happened of the ABC reporter talking about Epstein? Either of you?
I think I vaguely recall a little bit about it.
It was leaked by, what's the name of that? There's something that's not, it's not WikiLeaks, but it's like something similar where they...
Project Veritas?
Project Veritas. Project Veritas leaked a clip of this it was, you know, supposed to be off mic, but mic was still on ABC, talking about how she had the whole Epstein story 2 years ago.
Yeah,
she had everything, but like the royal, because of the fact that they were worried they would lose access to the royal family during the wedding of one of the princes or whatever, then they just basically buried the story. And so it wasn't until Epstein was dead that the story reemerged, and now there's all this stuff connected to it. But it's just because the media, there's so many people who were in bed with Epstein that he basically, like, nobody can call him out, because you will get killed. Like, if anybody were to say something, it would implicate so many other people that you'd be fucked, you know? So, which is obviously why Epstein was killed, you know, because if he had said anything, someone would have been implicated. So, like, you know, we all like to say it was obviously Hillary, and it probably was. But, you know, there's a lot of people it could have been.
It's a whole laundry list.
Yeah.
Cavalcade of conspirators.
So I had to explain that just because of the fact that somebody, when I said I want to do an Epstein lecture, they were like, I don't see how that could be interesting. It's just a conspiracy theory. And I'm like, the conspiracy is the least interest. I don't care whether he killed himself or not. Just pay attention to who he is and who he's connected to and what it implies.
This is all, like, on the books at this point.
Him killing himself was just... the most important thing about that is that it got people to pay attention, you know, whether he did it or not. The point is that all these fucking important people are pedophiles, you know, who,
damn, hashtag Alex Jones was right.
I mean, Alex Jones has been right about, I think, most things.
Yeah, kind of scary, kind of fucked.
I think he's always, you know, people are willing to let you say the truth as long as you sound insane enough that they think nobody will believe you.
Yeah.
And that's how we haven't been killed yet.
Okay. Well, hopefully you won't die when you do your Epstein lecture and blow the doors wide open.
Whenever I do such a thing.
Yeah, like 20 years.
I guess it's going to be brony history for now.
Damn. Speaking of fucked up
and everybody
priorities.
Can help me. You can help me the most, probably, Tom, because you know more about before I was in.
That's that'll be an audience participation heavy one.
Oh, yeah.
I think. It's very exciting.
That'll be like the Avengers of lectures when we all just combine our powers.
Yeah. Well, it'll be funny because, like, I don't truly have a lens into, like, the first 2 years are like what most people consider to be like the bulk of the actual, like, brony culture, I think, like, emerging.
I would agree with that.
And then because, like, that was where all the old guard people and all the famous people came from, and all of those people, they had no idea who all the new people were who came in, you know, like us, except for you, because you knew a couple people in particular, but like most of the like the second generation, I guess, that started in like 2013, that would be where all my knowledge is. But then I stopped watching the show 2 years after that. So I don't know
Right.
what the fuck's gone on for the last 5 fucking years if the show has continued to air.
It's all about Dr. Wolf now.
Dr. Wolf, is Kim Possible still doing it?
She is.
Yep.
Yep, there you go.
Pretty
Last I heard,
crazy.
anyway.
I mean, I don't know if there's been new evolution. Like, are those guys just the only ones still standing, or have new people?
I'm
like-
sure there's
There
new
is a
people.
there is a new and ever ballooning cast of underlings
Yeah.
that they have.
But do they ever get big? Is there anybody who's reached 100K since Dr. Wolf?
Cell Specs was one that got 100K. I
Never
think.
heard of that.
Heard of that person.
I don't know them other than their name, but I believe they're just another typical brony guy. No offense, don't know anything about you.
Bronies. I was wearing my Sweet Apple Acres shirt yesterday. It's one of those like kind of obscured designs where you'd only know it was My Little Pony if you knew it was My Little Pony.
Yeah.
Right.
And the guy bagging me at Food Lion was like, a lot of memories that shirt brings up. And I was just like, me too.
And that was it. That's all that needed to be
Didn't
said.
make eye contact. Shuffled out.
Tried my damnedest to make sure he didn't recognize me. Or
Oh,
potentially
man.
recognize me.
What if he did? Yeah.
Just the day before that, somebody had commented on my Ava shirt working at a 7-Eleven. He's like, I just started watching that show. And I said instinctively, my reaction was, good luck. I don't know if he knows what I meant, but
You will soon.
he will soon. He said,
Fuck.
good luck, it's an amazing show.
My friend started watching it. And I was just like, oh, have you seen it before? He's like, no.
No.
I was like, so you don't know how it ends? He's like, no, should I? And I'm like, nah. It's fine.
It's not important.
Don't worry about it.
It's really the journey.
I made a video before you guys got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dropped a little video on Tony Hawk.
The
All right.
game.
Yeah, the game. I made a 3-minute Tony Hawk video with a RADCON ad in the end.
Okay, cool.
Was that a GameCube Forever video?
No, it was not. It was just about the animation in the GBA version of Tony Hawk.
What the fuck does that have to do with RADCON?
It's nothing to do with RADCON. It was just, I was watching this dude called Square-Eyed Jack.
Alright.
He had a video that I watched because it was recommended to me. That was a 2.5-hour
Oh no.
ranking of all the Tony Hawk levels
Dude, how was
from
it?
all the games. It was great.
That sounds.
It was really well paced.
That sounds like it
had.
could be great.
It was. I was shocked. Like it was one of those things I clicked on and I was like, I was expecting it to be like somebody making a tier list for
Yeah.
2.5 hours. No, it was very polished. It was tight. I mean, there was 161 levels, so 2.5 hours is not even that
Oh,
long
boy.
when you think about it.
That's,
Yeah.
That's less than a minute per level.
But he did that coming off of the heels. Did you really math that out that quick?
Well, an hour is 60 minutes. 2 hours is 120. So yeah.
Okay. You were right. You were right. But
Yeah.
he
Wait,
maybe
do it
that
on
was his
video.
limitation. I mean,
There we go. It begins.
I
It's
don't
really
have room.
it's really even less than that because he has like little moments where he takes a break to like
Yeah.
talk at the camera.
I'm sure
for a
he'll.
bit.
Yeah.
But,
his highlights or whatever.
But yeah, it came off the heels of him having reviewed all the Tony Hawk games over the course of his third annual Tony Hawktober video series. So this year's Tony Hawktober had this past Tony Hawktober had 10 videos in October. I believe this is finally like ending the 3-year Hawktober special of reviewing all the Tony Hawk games and then finally putting together the level video. So it's kind of an epic climax in a way. But watching it, I was struck by the animation of the GBA version of the game, which looks really cool. And it's basically just the same thing as the 3D version, but because of the fact that it's pixely, the animation just looks more like fluid and realistic. And that's
Yeah.
basically what I said in the video.
It's funny. I just stumbled on a YouTube channel, a guy named Running Shine, and who also he did like a mostly a plot breakdown of Tony Hawk's Underground. I guess he had really fond memories of specifically Tony Hawk's Underground. He's made like an hour-long video dissecting it. I found it because he had also reviewed Yick. You know Yick?
Yeah, Y2K.
Yeah, Y2K, sure.
Postmodern RPG.
I went on a kick for Yick. just watched a bunch of Yick reviews.
Just a bunch of people shitting on it.
This guy in particular, I would say overall his opinion was negative, but he was not entirely negative about it. He did have some good things to say. Just people shitting on Yick. Looks like a real piece of shit.
I mean, it doesn't look great, but I don't really understand why it got so much attention.
No.
It's just an average...
I never heard about it until I started seeing videos of like, this game was hyped up so much and yet it sucks. And I'm like, I never heard about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was hyped up in like, games journalism and stuff. I think the reason it got so much shit, because I did a video asking like, why is this game getting so much shit? And they were like, oh, it's because the developer's a cunt.
Well,
and I'm just like, I don't know if that's true, but...
It was that, like, the game, I don't know, had some, like, dialogue that was considered not woke, I guess?
No, it's not woke. I've heard a lot of it, and it's obnoxious.
The dialogue is, like,
it is obnoxious.
Pretentious and verbose, like, overly verbose, not in a good way. Got some purple prose going on in here.
It just seems like no different from the flaws of any other overextending, like, pretentious kind of, like, I don't know, it just didn't seem like uniquely worthy of attention to me.
Wow.
In a world full of shitty things
I know that
are just as bad.
Toby Fox did a track for the game.
Really?
And I think he
did.
helped promote it too.
Maybe that's why.
I think it was just. I think it's just like it was promoted a lot, and then the final product was bad, and people were pissed.
I'd never
heard about it until I started hearing people.
And the first time, the first time I heard about it was before all the angry reviews came out, when the controversy first began, because he went on the Dig Show, the creator of the game.
I heard
went on Dig Show just to kind of
snippet of his Dig Show.
He wasn't very interesting, but yeah.
It's like people just don't want to be challenged. Make an unlikable protagonist. Everyone.
It's not just the unlikable protagonist, but it's the unlikable dialogue. Well, we should stop this before we get any closer to my house, so that nobody knows where I live.
You don't want to get doxxed? You don't want to start off RADCon 4 with a bang?
No.
Alright, well, look out for more content. I'm sure there'll be too much. Ben, do you have any parting thoughts? Well, I wish I didn't do that. Say that again.
I was saying that you did literally what I was going to ask you to do, which is to turn on a camera and we should just film random clips throughout RADCon, compile them at the end of each day, and release them to the backers at the end of the day, so that they have a steady stream of content. Here's your behind-the-scenes footage of Digi's Bong Life. There's already something in there.
Yeah. If you listen to the podcast, you can now see the legendary cloud that was discussed at the tail end.
You can see, if you listen, let me look. We just basically, alright. Here's the context of this behind the scenes. We recorded the Bong Life. It was 4:20 when it ended, as you could hear in there. It is currently 5:20, so it's been an hour since we finished this. I got it uploaded immediately. Nate said that he was going to stop at the airport to get their baggage before they come here, and we don't know how long that's going to take, because he said he had left DC around 1. It's usually like a 3.5 hour drive, though there's often very bad traffic, so it could be 4 hours. But it's already been 4 hours. Maybe they are just at the airport, we don't know. You just texted him, right?
Yep.
So I took a hit to celebrate 4:20 an hour ago. Now I'll just take a hit to celebrate 5:20 now, because it's 5:20 and they're... What's going on?
Michelle texted me they'll be here in like 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
10, 15, yeah.
At least one of them can communicate.
I don't believe that. I'm going to assume it'll be at least 20 to 30 minutes.
I mean, they texted me that like 20 minutes ago.
Oh well.
So
they said like 30 minutes though, so I thought that they had communicated that to you guys. I'm just letting you know that
Nate has not told us anything. Nate's retarded.
Yeah.
Any communication you've gotten is the only
all we know.
That has been
this is all part of the comedy of errors.
Yeah.
That we've been informed
Nate's
of.
comedy of errors that is perpetuated by him.
It's all good. You guys are chilling. Is he sleeping?
He's asleep. He's out.
He's dead.
He couldn't take no more. You should show him.
The communist threat is finally eliminated. You're welcome.
He couldn't.
Market forces overtook him.
He said that normally, like the time that he had to wake up would normally be the time that he was going to bed, essentially. So, and
Me
you
too.
haven't slept like at all. And
I've been awake for 2 days studying Andalite and Yerk lore. Let me tell you, you're in for a treat.
I went to bed at a normal time, like a good boy, after a full day of playing Mass Effect, nonstop.
See, this is the class divide that we're talking about right here.
It really is.
God damn it.
Well, I'm going to help you guys out. That's why I'm going to do my creative consulting podcast. Because I want to try to get everybody... I've wanted to do something like that just for everybody I know anyways, but why not make content out of it, you know? You have a real excuse to sit down and just hash through it.
It's true.
It's always anything that we want to get done. Like, it's funny because Nate doesn't like to talk about, like, shop on the air. I much prefer it because... when you have to do, like, when you're doing it for content, people will be much more inclined to stick around and talk because it's not wasting your time. You're actually generating something out of this discussion as opposed to a 3-hour meeting that has no benefit and comes to no conclusion.
We have to make our meetings public.
Right. That's what I would do, but, like, I don't know. You know. Not everybody is as into describing everything they plan to do as I am. Which, in fairness, bites me in the ass because my fans always expect shit from me that I am not doing. I change gears, I change plans very rapidly. You know?
Yeah.
So, like, if I talk about my plans, it's like, well, people are going to be like, oh, what happened to this video? And it's like, I changed my plans, you know? I'm sorry. Like, it has to happen.
You should know by now. The man is not obligated to anything.
This is a sploof. This is the object I described at the end of the podcast.
Indeed. Watch the podcast if you haven't seen it.
The audio is really bad.
The audio on this is probably worse, let's be honest.
Well, RADCON is a rugged time of...
RADCON's not even started yet. This is still pre-RADCON. We're not in the Rad House. Obviously, we didn't put up all these posters in an hour.
The way I see RADCON is that it's always a multi-tiered structure of content where you've got the main flagship stuff that's like fancy and takes advantage of the budget and all the bells and whistles. But in between that, there's all this like sinews and glue of all the weird shit that goes on and all the random ideas and behind-the-scene vlogs. And the, this thing, Stalin Smoking a Bong podcast.
Who you thought was Marx initially. Easy mistake to make.
I had searched Bong communism, and that was the first result.
Well, you know.
So I thought, oh, is that Marx? He's got a big mustache.
Marx had like a full beard, though.
Well...
if I recall correctly.
I'm also imagining in my head when I say Marx, I am picturing Che Guevara. So
you just got a whole bunch of people going on, a motley crew.
All the communists.
Yeah.
They're all the same omni-communist to me.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to process the idea that Karl Marx was from Germany. Like, because I had thought he was, like, I thought, in my mind, Marx and Che Guevara were from the same place.
Oh, not even close.
So, I was very confused, and I found out he was, like, a German guy. Or is he Austrian?
One of those.
One of those. What are we going to do until Nate gets here?
Dude,
just keep filming this vlog?
It's hard to say because we don't know when he's going to fucking be here.
You want to go out on the back porch?
Yeah, I can do that. Should we stop and start again?
No, let's bring the camera
just keep going. Go ham on this.
Just as long as we don't film the outside of the front of my house, we'll be fine.
Press 1 in the chat for Ben.
No.
Ignore him.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Ah!
Studious work.
Yeah.
Very proud.
It's my fault for procrastinating.
Hey, you're among friends here, clearly. Oh, it's raining out? Fuck that.
Well, we're under, I think.
I know, I regret my decision already. It's kind of aesthetic, though.
It's frustrating because I don't want to get so high that it will be difficult to drive to the Rad House. But the longer we have to wait, the more I have to keep nursing it to be at the same level. But it's like, there's nothing to do. So normally, when I have nothing to do, I just continually smoke until I'm so high that not doing anything is fun. Because I can just be thinking.
I suppose.
Or I could just jack off, but I can't do that with you guys here.
Well, I mean, you could. It's just not recommended.
So I have to find reasons for us to interact without getting into anything that would take up too much of our time.
It's cold.
Or Nate shows
Yeah, it
up.
sucks death, doesn't it?
Yeah.
This is our fucking island paradise.
This is what every episode of Content is like, by the way. Is me waiting 45 minutes for Nate.
Is it really?
Like, well, it tends to be, I mean, I've been late as well, but like, it just tends to be that Nate will be like, alright, just gotta take down a couple more notes and grab some water. And it'll be like 20 minutes that it takes him to, quote, grab some water or take a piss. It's always just like,
unforgivable.
He does like a whole routine, and it's just like, bruh, like, I can't do anything while I'm waiting for you, you know? Like,
dude, we did I Am Games within 10 minutes.
We would just
every day.
I mean, the only thing that ever made I Am Games late was the technology.
Yeah.
It was never us. We were there.
The will was there.
Because we would just drop everything, and we'd be like, oh shit, it's 6 o'clock, we have to do it, you know?
Gotta bring it back. Gotta do an I Am Games this week.
Ultimately, Tom, if we can get Nate to move down here and you to move down here, I want to see Content and I Am Games as flagship integrated brands.
Yeah. It'd be good.
Run by the three of us is essential.
Did I tell you that like I spent like money and like commissioned my artist friend to like do like new icons and stuff for I Am Games?
That's fucking
and then I never did anything with them because I'm an idiot.
Well, we still have it. I mean, I Am Games is a powerful brand, in my opinion.
It's pretty good.
It's I think the only way we messed up with the branding was, like, we kind of went with a deliberately generic look as, like, I thought it would be funny. Like, I thought the idea of a generic channel, but it's got such a ridiculous name as I Am Games, like, would be the joke. But people just took it as, like, that just looks like IGN. And it's like, oh.
Shit. I didn't even think of that.
You never saw those comments?
No.
We get a lot of comments that were like, it just looks like a generic IGN video or like a regular game review, so I just don't want to click. And I'm like, oh. I thought that was what made people click. Like, don't those videos get 1 million views?
I feel like in like terms of gaming videos, we're in like post normie. Like most people, like they treat that shit as a joke now.
I mean, and I guess anybody who I don't know if this is going to come out tonight as behind the scenes footage, but they'll be the first to know that I'm working on a long game analysis that I plan to be probably over 20 hours long, and it's a matter of like when we first started, when you and I would make 20-minute videos, it was considered like really long, like
obnoxiously
to the point
long.
that we would count on it getting fewer views. Like the only videos that we would ever see that were longer that had more views were like super edited ones, and so we all had the mindset of like the longer a video is, the more polished it has to be. Basically, like it has to be like something really that justifies the length. And so we would go like, anytime we made a 20-minute video, we'd spend like 6 months on it. And now it's like 20-minute videos is the standard length of YouTube. You should not spend any time on a 20-minute video at all. And then, like, I started making hours-long videos when 20-minute videos were becoming popular. And now hours-long videos are popular. So I'm like, well, what's the next step up?
Day-long videos.
Day-long videos. We're stepping it up, dude, because I can do it. I can do it fast enough to justify it. Like,
sure.
I can write faster than any other games analysis. I don't know if I'll be as good or as liked or respected, but I am going to know my fucking shit about this game because I am going in all the way. I don't want to say what game it is yet, but you will find out because I'll probably play it during a live stream at RADCON.
Yeah.
Tom, you want me to film you?
Sure. I don't even know what I would say, but okay.
Just give people perspective on what you look like.
The usual. I don't change my appearance really ever. I am an eternal cartoon character. It's fine. No need to worry about that. Really bringing the paradise to RADCON 4 Paradise today.
Yeah, I mean, it literally looks like, well, you can't really tell on the camera because it brightens everything.
Right.
But it is a grim, gray day.
It's very cold.
It's not very cold. It's like 60 degrees. It's fine.
I have such a low tolerance for cold. Anything that's like above.
I mean, surely it was much worse in Boston, though.
It was. It was 26 degrees.
That's awful.
Yeah.
It's way
Fahrenheit.
colder
26
than
degrees
this.
Fahrenheit for all you non-American.
Yeah. Here it's probably like 50, 60 something. But yeah, I mean, it's funny because in the RADCON trailer, he says like in March, and it shows like a windy, rainy beach, which
like,
I had
3
to
days
assume.
ago, I messaged you. I'm like, how bad's the weather? Like, I just can't even tell it's winter. We get here, it's fucking.
I mean, I would not say that this feels like winter. This feels like
no, it's not winter.
Spring showers, basically.
It's not fun. It's not fun. I don't like it.
Yeah. It has not been like this lately, though. It has been nice. Today is the first shitty day, but it's kind of, it makes for the right tone
It forced
setter.
us to go inside and get everything set up. We can't stick around the beach. We gotta get shit rolling. It'll be fine.
You can take this back.
Cool.
We've been recording for 13 minutes, and Nate's still not here. So it must be 6 o'clock now, right? Or 5:30.
It's 5:30.
Yeah.
5:32.
Let's go back in.
All right, are we done, or do you want to keep going?
Keep going.
All right.
What else are we going to do? Should we watch it have this fucking low-hanging?
It's true. Fucking bar.
Ugh. Fucking May's dad got me a ping pong table for Christmas.
Hell yeah. I can barely see it, but it is there. I can confirm.
I think they already know because they talked about it in the Epstein Christmas and stuff. Wait, how'd the computer get opened up?
I unplugged the graphics card. I just don't know how to plug it back in because it wasn't plugged into anything.
You mean the computer itself?
Yeah. It wasn't plugged
in. Do
in
you want me
anything.
to plug it in?
I mean, might as well try it.
Alright, let me take out my jacket. Wait, is Nate here?
We're here.
What the fuck?
We just got here.
You son of a bitch.
Look at me.
I'm in.
Well, this is now a very special bonus in the behind the scenes.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're filming.
Welcome.
Behind the scenes, me and Michelle just got in at Digi's place. Yeah.
Are we gonna
Bring it
go?
in, guys.
Are we gonna go to the Rad House now? Is that what we're gonna do?
That is what we should definitely do.
We need to know the tale of what the fuck happened to you.
Yeah.
The comedy of errors.
It's not an amusing story. We had like a surprisingly large layover, like of 3 to 4 hours, and we were like sleeping for that time, and we didn't like miss it through that. I was checking it. I had an alarm set, and then I just look, and I looked like there were 2 to Norfolk. And I thought I had the right one, but one said like delayed to like 11:45 when ours was at like 11:15. I'm like, oh okay, I'll check back at like 11:10, and the flight left at 11:15. So like I was on top when I checked back. I misread a sign. That's the short answer. I misread a sign, and so I missed a flight.
So how did you end up driving?
Well, I was very angry. I was ready to lose my shit. I was slightly going ballistic, and then Michelle. We just sat down, we were like thinking about what to do. Michelle's like, hey, what if we got a car? Because they told us like there might be a flight at like 7 p.m. That might have space maybe, so it wasn't even a guarantee. Right. So Michelle suggested, hey, what if we got a car? Because we were thinking like taking an Uber, and that was like $200. No.
Ugh.
So renting a car cost, it was like $120 or something. And yeah, it was just like a 3-hour drive, and we're like, fuck that. Way better than maybe getting a flight in like 7 hours.
So did they just like let you do that? Like
we had to like buy the car. We had to rent it normally, but
We bought a car.
We just bought a car straight out. It's like, no, I'm not waiting the 4
So are you
hours.
gonna have a rental car here at RADCON?
well, that's something we could discuss. Okay, this car is probably a bad choice for long, because like, well, it's not about like we went to Enterprise. This one is like roughly like $90 a day to rent. So, okay, expensive. There are cheaper options. And I was thinking, once we were doing it, we were like, we probably should just get an extra car to have at the place. Might be a very good thing, considering Victor and Digi won't be there like all the time. So,
It's like $90
I think we should, there's 4 of us right now. What do you think about springing for like a reasonably priced car to rent? For something in the area of like 50.
We could look at prices.
Because at the
but,
car
like,
rental place,
I think Victor will be there most of the time.
Victor's house is like right next to where we are.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Victor's
okay,
like
let's talk to
5
Victor.
minutes.
I was gonna
Let's
say,
talk
let's
to
talk to him
Victor
first.
was
Okay.
here earlier, and he seemed to express that like he would be relatively available for that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
It might be that we don't need.
If we don't need it, then fantastic, no problem.
But yeah.
We got the
I think we
expensive
can
option.
roll that in to Victor's services.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I guess we can finally end this vlog. Oh, I'll
Guess
tell you
so.
that our idea is to
I do.
compile
Me too. I love
random
this. I love
vlog
this
footage
shit.
throughout the day, release it at the end of the day, each day for
It's
the
a
backers,
woman's-
so that they have a daily
Yeah, I was gonna
behind the
say, like,
scenes
I would
video.
wear it.
Makes sense to me.
Just to,
It's very comfy.
just so
But
they
also
know
a
what
little
was behind the
spooky.
scenes of that exact
Yeah.
fucking day. You'll know everything
Well, I'm very excited.
in a timely
For myself.
fashion.
Unlike Nate here, in a timely fashion.
I tried my best, but I failed today. A brief,
It already is.
rare
I
failure
wore it
of
to
my
RFCK
organizational
Con. I'm
powers.
wearing it in the RFCK.
I'm glad I was here to bear witness.
Indeed.
Alright, enough of this
Well,
video.
all right. We'll see you soon. See you in paradise.
I won't.
Bye.
Right now.
Victor, what's up?
I'm gay. Dude, we're in the Rad House. Whoa! Wow! Look, you can literally do this.
You can open the door?
You can open the door, but what do you see when you go out?
Well, nothing.
really is right on the beach, huh?
But when you go out, gradually your camera refocuses and attempts to understand what's happening.
It's still just black.
You can't see me at all?
No.
There's no way it's gonna be able to see you in the darkness.
Well, my
wait,
camera,
wait.
though.
Oh shit.
You can cut to your camera then. Just put a light on. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now we're good.
We'll shine that out over
Victor, are you doing his job as cameraman? Help me out here.
Can you see the ocean?
Yeah, vaguely. Well,
Sick.
it'll look way better in post as I just blow the highlights out.
As you CGI the ocean.
Yeah.
Get a shot of just the whole house visible.
There it is.
Damn, you got a porch and everything.
Fucking doxed.
Nice little house.
Actually, that porch is sick. Can I do
In fact, it's a nice big ass house. You could do pull-ups on that. Did you guys get canoes?
I think we did.
Canoes come with the house.
here, right?
Yeah, we can use those.
Oh fuck, that's hilarious.
They clearly have no idea who's here. But oh, I'm afraid. At least we can go right over there and not have to be seen in public. And so we put it online for the internet for everyone to see.
It is a public beach. Sort of.
This is a 3-tiered split-level house, like my first house that I rented. Although it's not technically a split. I guess it's a half split, half normal.
It's a something.
I'm so glad that my house is 2 minutes away and I don't have to sleep in this fucking shack.
Damn.
Right? My house is farther away than your house.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Tom, this is where you're gonna be sleeping, right?
Yeah, I claimed the good room.
Oh my god.
Oh, you have more stuff in my trunk.
Yeah, I got my.
Someone was murdered in this house.
I got our
Did you
shirts
see
and stuff we got to give out
The
too.
footprints in the carpet of the other room?
What?
I mean, we've all been walking around with dirty feet.
No, it's like red.
Oh, weird.
Look at there,
Yeah,
there,
what
to
the
the
fuck?
right.
Oh. Oh. Oh dear.
Someone was murdered in here.
Colonel Mustard.
Leading to the window.
With my this is
the
fucking
balcony out there?
awesome. This is actually fucking sick as fuck.
Is there a dead body on the balcony?
Lock/unlock.
Someone died in here, I
The
guess.
bloody trail.
Oh my god.
There's a mystery here.
What the fuck is this?
Fucking Scooby Doo house.
That's heinous.
Oh, this is shit.
Yeah.
Do they have like a... Oh, they've got a piece of wood to block it.
Brilliant.
I'm just trying to open door to the back porch.
Fuck you, dude. The back porch is sick.
Oh my god, look at that!
What?
What the fuck is this?
What in the fuck? Seriously. Why is there just blood everywhere?
Wait, look. There's no. There's like orange.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
There's like
It
orange
came from out here.
paint.
What the
It's like
fuck?
splat. Look, there's like a trail of it.
What is this? Come here, come here.
I'm glad we got a free mystery to solve.
Is it?
It looks like a giant cheese.
Ew, actually, like,
That
shine the fucking light on
Shine the light
it.
on it, Vic.
Oh!
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
That's a cheese, dude.
No, is that like a ravioli?
No, it slid.
And then there's like child's
wood, right?
furniture out here. Like
yeah, okay.
decor.
Why do we always get the race houses?
I know, dude. It turns out every house is a rape house. Shine some light on this down here. See what this is that a fire pit? Dude, we got a fire pit.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
We could definitely build some fires. Actually, is that like a grill?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Or no, those are just like pallets. I think.
Can you put them? Yeah, I think so.
I guess we'll find
This
out.
place is nuts. Yeah, cactus. We can make some grilled cactus.
Oh, what a sick view of the Chesapeake Bay. Down there's the bridge tunnel. I'm not used to seeing it from the side. And I guess that's Norfolk, probably?
Are you recording,
the
Tom?
HRB
Yeah.
over there.
Oh, okay. So that's another bridge tunnel.
We're investigating the murder.
Yeah, did you notice the tracks inside?
Exhibit A.
Jesus Christ.
Go in there and look at the footprints.
And the smears on this this rail here.
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ.
The dead giveaway.
What happened? They better not blame this on us. We have
Well, okay, we just
video evidence.
We just documented
We just got in here and it's now on video. So we have proof. What the fuck? Well. This whole place is shit.
I mean,
This
it's
one of
no
those that looks
RADCON
really
3.
nice in the
Queuing in
images.
the bathtub.
No.
Oh.
Wow. Women in our sacred space? Unacceptable.
Let me just say it, boys. You fucked up. You fucked up.
Yeah?
You chose a bad place.
Yeah, you think so?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Well, I don't see what the problem is.
It's suboptimal.
I mean,
RADCON 4
can we?
at Victor's house.
The
Confirmed.
RADCON
Moving.
3 had too much space. We had too much.
There's
space
no
at
such
RADCon
thing.
3.
I think your space is fine. It's just kind of rickety.
Yes, exactly. Well, also,
Sure.
I don't know. The degree of separation that was so desired is there technically, but is not a lot.
Are you saying your rooms are too close together?
No, I'm saying like the door between here. Like imagine people doing something up here and downstairs.
I think we can easily have one thing going on down there, one thing in here, one thing up there. There's doors. Goes off all the sound.
streaming room, right?
And
You got all the
together.
couches already.
Well, maybe.
I don't know. This room's kind of echoey, so.
They're all kind of echoey.
They're all echoey.
Well, like that's just kind of the way Airbnbs go, I guess.
Not true. RADCON 3 was not echoey. The living room was
The living room
carpeted.
was not echoey. Everything else was echoey.
The downstairs was echoey and the fucking heater kicked on all the time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the TV.
Well, hey, this place doesn't have heating and air conditioning, so you'll be fine. It
Damn.
has 4 heaters.
Well, the great part is we don't need heat here because the temperature's fine. Whereas in Boston, it was fucking freezing. What are you talking about? It's like 60.
I mean, it's a little chilly.
I mean, you know.
It's March, man. It's March. Last RADCon, we were under 2 feet of snow at the same time of year.
It is an improvement.
I mean, I can acknowledge that the other house was nicer. But I mean, we're on the beach.
Yeah, we're here for the beach, not for the house. Which is done because we're in March, but whatever.
Only, as we've all said many times, we spend the vast majority of our time in the house. So,
Well, we can change that by going out on the beach.
you know we won't.
The blistering 60
I love the
degree
beach.
winds.
So do I. But the fact
I
remains.
don't know why I said that.
What
I've
the
literally
fuck are you
talked about
talking
how much
about?
I hate the
You're
beach so many times
You're
throughout my life.
just playing defense mode, which I don't blame you for. We're all currently in make the
Hey,
best of
I
the
have-
situation.
I have no stake in this game. I was like, hey man, this one's closer to Victor's house. That's my only argument. They were both
That's
relatively
true.
close to your
That
house.
is why he bears no responsibility for his actions.
Isn't the person we can all blame the one who isn't here, Munchie?
Munchie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Munchie
Also,
was indeed the number
also
one
Get his ass.
defender of this
See,
place.
You know, remember when you moved to Boston and then you regret it so deeply? Why was that? Because Munchie convinced you. Why did you choose this house? Because Munchie convinced you.
Munchie-
This is how it goes.
This is what we get for
Doesn't
listening
matter.
to
He's
a
the leader of
fucking
the
kid
zeitgeist.
10 years younger than us.
The garlic house.
The garlic house.
50 kids.
Surely this must be the work of Brad.
Surely this is the work of an enemy, Brad.
Well, it is what it is, and there's
Wow.
no changing it.
It's fine.
What are you cooking
It's
out
got
there?
blue walls.
I think
soup.
Maize,
You like that?
gruel, whatever it was.
I'm ambivalent about
Soup, yeah, I think so.
Sarcastic and
The beef
condescending.
Oh.
He has yet
I'm
to.
trying to cover up my shit in this house by making it colorful.
You think it's that bad?
Alright, are we done with this? Do we have anything else we need to explore?
We got echo issues.
Well,
we got
yeah.
light issues, but those can be fixed.
The light, I think the light was pretty fine actually once we had all the lights on. Except it's
I mean, during the
No,
day.
it's terrible.
The day will be a lot
Whatever it
better
is.
because there'll be sunlight coming in.
I'm used to my camera has really good low light, so I'm used to just shooting and shit.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, Nick is wearing sunglasses and probably thinks it's significantly darker than it is.
Because I've been acclimated to wearing sunglasses for my entire life, so I understand there's no change in the dynamics here.
He's wearing sunglasses over his glasses.
He does that a lot.
I do.
Pay attention to
common look.
videos and you'll see. They're always back there.
I never noticed.
The layout is weird. It's actually bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah. It feels a little bigger.
It's
than
like
it looks.
if there was like a set amount of quality and they spread it over a larger area than I expected and everything dropped as a result.
Well, I'll throw you all the olive branch you so desperately want from me personally, the main character of RADCON 4. It doesn't really matter. We'll make do no matter what, so whatever.
Great.
We already got their money. It's fine. What are they gonna do?
They've already got ours.
They don't even know what the other options were. Like, they have no way of knowing what they could have.
Well, until they watch this video and
It'll only
realize.
exist in dreams, in what we tell them, which may be a lot or a little.
I gotta say, this basement is remarkably similar to the last house.
It is. It's really
There's like
weird-
weird child shit. There's this
Oh,
weird
yeah.
under the stairs,
But
like
tiny.
kitchen thing,
That's
like
true.
where you guys did the
Less
cutaways
space,
of
though.
the show.
Why do we
I think
keep
that'd
finding
be an awkward
Epstein's
spot, but-
weird getaway
Even
homes
less
to
than
do
last
these
time.
events
It's
in?
a dungeon.
The only thing I'm actually disappointed in is how small the basement is.
Yeah.
It looked way bigger in those pictures.
It did. I thought it would be bigger.
I disagree. I always thought it looked very small, which is why I was so confused.
I mean, I still
that
think
you guys
it looks,
were so
I
into
still
it.
think it looks big enough. I just don't. Think
Anything
it looks
is big
quite
enough.
As big
We will make do.
as I hoped. Maybe it's just because all the furniture's in there and makes it.
We'll rearrange. I mean, we don't have to even set
Actually,
it up.
you know what? I think I straight up thought that this room was the basement room because I remember thinking that there
This
was
is
a
the
big
level
couch
of
in the
decision
basement.
making that goes into planning these things.
I remember.
No.
seeing
I
the
knew
big
that
couch.
that was the basement.
Yeah, same.
But it looked bigger in the pictures.
It did.
I think I was under the impression that the big couch was in the basement because that's why I was like, oh, it'll be perfect. There's a big couch down there and everything. No.
Well, I mean, we'll have chairs. There's already some chairs down there.
what's the plan for now? Because Hippo is apparently he keeps getting delayed.
Is he?
Where's he getting in now?
8:30, right?
He
He
says
stayed
he said.
somewhere.
Oh, let me reload my Twitter so I can know the exact date time. He said this 14 minutes ago. He said, "I'm in Philly. The plane journey to Virginia is 1 hour long. 1 hour. The layover was already 2 hours. It's been delayed by 1 hour. It's going to be delayed again. I'm so pissed. How many puppies do I have to strangle to activate the teleporter?"
Well,
Just start and you'll figure it out eventually.
We know what we should. I mean, we can.
So based on that, what time would he get here?
Like 9?
Fair enough.
All right.
I mean, we can do lots of stuff. This will be the main streaming area.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, frankly, it would be good to fill the space with shit so it's
Yeah.
less echoey. So we should.
Oh, do we want to? If we want to root all that furniture out of the basement, let's throw it all in here.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Fair enough.
Do you think that'll help?
Anything taking up space helps. I mean, really, like rugs would be good, but I mean, we don't have fucking rugs, so what are you gonna do?
Shit out of everywhere. Oh my god, the echo for that.
I hope this caught that because that was terrifying.
There are, by the way, 2 bathrooms, one upstairs, and like in the bedroom, and then there's one over there. So that's at least better than one. Thank God.
Do we have any toilet papers?
You know, I didn't check. Probably. They're usually reasonably well furnished.
All right.
Do they have soft toilet seats?
You know, I didn't look. Let's find out.
We're going. We're investigating right now. Did Dan strike again?
They don't.
Gentlemen, proud to present.
Oh
Hard
my god.
toilet. Let's find the other toilet.
All right. We're 1 for 2 right now.
Is it over here?
I think it's back there.
Toilet Gestapo coming through. Oh, this is like a whole fucking thing over here.
I like the bathroom. Investigate.
Presenting. Hard toilet.
Get fucked, Dan.
Fuck you, Dan. And Brad.
Yeah. Both of you.
Dan's out of the picture.
I'm
Brad's
about to take a shit in this house.
Gotta claim it. Are we done? Is this over?
Yeah, you can finish that. I think we're good.
More RADCON later.
Norfolk. The local time is 8:57. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is turned off, and keep the aisle clear of all carry-on items. Take a few moments to check your seat back pocket for any personal items, such as tablets and cell phones. When you open the overhead compartments, use caution as items may move to flight. You may now use your cell phones. American Airlines and our One World partners, thank you for flying with us today. We hope to see you again soon.
Tell me all about it. I know after a long flight, the first thing you want to do is be on camera and perform, so...
Okay, so...
High energy.
Hi guys, it's me, Jacksepticeye. How are you doing today? I'm here to do the Game Grumps live tour. You know, 15 or 16 hours of traveling today is a bit much. I have a migraine and it hurts. And but seeing you all three come to get me has elevated my spirits.
Hell yeah!
So that's good. Good.
We're probably gonna go get some groceries. We'll pick you up some painkillers. I need some too. So we'll hook ourselves up and become superior humans. Have you been seeing any of the shit? We're already getting up to shenanigans.
I haven't had no. I mean, I'm in the air, so I don't really have Wi-Fi. And
You best start believing in RADCON 4. You're in it, my dude.
What has happened then? What has happened so far?
Just dumb shit.
Oh, good.
Me and Digi both got attacked by patches from Dark Souls. We're both dead. That's true. Cock and ass completely destroyed.
Lyric sympathizers.
Yeah, you know, it happens to the best of us. Where did you go? We like sprang out. Our live form sprung forth from his vehicle. Hey guys, sorry we haven't made a video in a while of RADCON 4.
Is this behind the scenes?
Yeah.
Excellent, great. Here's some behind the scenes.
Oh, shit.
I thought you were gonna unzip or something. I was like, all right.
I got my thing. They broke the lock somehow.
What?
They broke the lock.
The lock. These things are supposed to click in here, and it's just snapped off.
Someone,
You know,
it could have gotten broken just in transit.
I know,
guess.
but like, it was very strong. Now it's very weak.
I know I broke a wheel off my thing in transit as well.
I had a duffel bag that had like a strap that you could carry it by, and it was on a bus. And when I got off the bus, they gave me the bag back, and there just was no strap. It was gone.
How does one move it?
I don't know. You just had to like hold it like this. Sucked.
Like a sack of potatoes.
What are we doing?
we're looking for Digi. We bolted out of the car mid-movement to reunite with our brother. Our brother from another mother. How it be.
I feel really good right now.
Hell yeah. Where would he go?
I was ready to like fuss out.
Maybe he just
Waiting for my bag to come through.
We
The
might
worst.
as well look this way.
Should we like call him or something?
Oh yeah, good point.
My phone's about to die, so I'm gonna end this vlog. We'll be back with more RADCON 4. Word up. We found him.
Word up.
Where?
In the airport, you idiot.
Damn.
Alright, moment of truth.
Where are we gonna sit? How are we
In the
gonna
middle. Sit in the middle. Moment of truth. Do you have coronavirus or not?
No values. I have a headache, but that's because I didn't drink enough water.
Ooh, excuse me.
Well, let's rectify that.
I've checked the symptoms. I do not have all of them or any of them.
Hell yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Is this motherfucker planking on the floor of the coronavirus? This is how you get it. Why are we both filming? Is it another one of these?
Are we doing that Pixel
We
3a
were
life
not
right
gonna-
now? Are we
Yeah.
Pixel 3a buddies?
I don't know if it's 3A. It's just Pixel 3.
Dude.
Everybody's
Hey.
gonna see my dog shit Pixel XL.
Lamau, look at that shit.
No, I'm so ashamed.
For all the fucking weed, dude, is what you get for all the fucking
I'm assuming from the
weed.
giant box of Miller Lite that Ben was pushing this car.
I was. And I mean, there were only eggs in there. I stopped, look at you, and all of a sudden it's full of all this shit.
I don't know what I'm doing, so I'll just push it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Welcome to Food Lion, the place where there's food. There's no lions, nor is there any lion meat, but you know, can't get everything.
Hello, I'm the sauce critic. I ingest it so you don't have to.
Lay it all out for me, Tom.
Lay it all out?
Yeah, lay it
Alright,
all
so
out.
as you can see, we have the center of the universe right here. And we're over up in this corner. It's interesting, like, we're basically borderline on the edge of reality, and there's like universal drift. You know, like the heat death of the universe, everything drifts away from each other, and eventually it's all gonna like become cold, the heat's gonna eviscerate, and everything's gonna die. We're like right at the edge, the fringe of space-time. So that's why things are getting so fucked up. That's why the dimensional merge is happening, because this edge of space-time is actually another dimension up here. And so they're tessellating forever. And so as we drift further away, we're getting closer and closer to rubbing against the edges of a parallel dimension, which is causing everything to be fucked. And that's why Biden sucks.
Are we buying that?
I would have planked on the ground.
We taking this bad boy?
I don't know.
Is this our cart? Get in there, son of a bitch. There we go. Is this motherfucker planking on the floor of the coronavirus? This is how you get it. Why are we both filming? Is it another one of these?
Gib, you doing that Pixel 3A
Have we ever
life
not
right
done
now?
one of
We're
these?
Pixel 3A buddies?
I don't know if it's 3A, it's just Pixel 3.
Dude.
Oh, everybody's
Hell
gonna
yeah.
see my dog shit Pixel XL.
Lamau, look at that
Oh,
shit.
no, I'm so ashamed. This is ours, right?
For all the fucking weed, dude. It's what you get for all the fucking
I'm assuming from the
weed.
giant box of Miller Lite that Ben was pushing this car.
I was. And I mean, there were only eggs in there. I'd stop, look at you, and all of a sudden it's full of all this shit.
Getting juice.
What kind of juice?
Getting cranberry, pineapple,
You're
grapefruit,
not missing out.
and
You
orange.
don't want cran blackberry or cran pineapple.
Is cranberry keto?
And
No.
bagels? I've never
What
heard
you
of such
for?
things.
Because it's on the list of mixers for.
Show me your shirt.
It's important.
You can buy it now on teespring.com's given, I forget the Gibbo Critch store on there's a link in somewhere.
Somewhere out there.
Yeah.
Where
Link in the
it
description.
would be in the description of one of your videos. Right?
My
So,
video.
yeah,
It'll be in the
just go
description of
there.
this video if Digi's not lazy.
I'll make a video of me.
This I don't know what this video is. This is probably just the
Just backer
behind the
stuff.
scenes footage.
Behind
right?
the scenes.
We have a ton of behind
Anything
the
that's
scenes.
bad is backer stuff.
Anything that's bad just goes up by itself.
Putting the bad in backer. Where did Nate go? Is he getting all the curry ingredients?
I don't know.
I suspect.
Oh, we need limes.
That would probably be at the produce.
Yeah.
What is this? This is almost certainly one of their fault. Well, the food library. No agency. They've all now congealed into the juice aisle. Everyone is just getting juice and coffee.
Probably. I'm just gonna get this thing coffee.
All you guys are getting seems to be juice.
Well, it's for we need for the tiki bar.
For the tiki bar, there's stuff.
Oh, I see.
Fair. Okay.
I'm gonna get.
I'm actually gonna go get some more stuff for the tiki bar.
We're probably gonna cook, right? So we're gonna need butter.
Yeah.
Butter.
I'll get cooked
Cream
stuff.
cheese.
Did you get the curry ingredients?
They didn't have golden curry, so I'm gonna not worry about that for now. Maybe another place they might.
Okay.
Pretty much.
They don't have golden curry? That seems unlikely.
What is golden curry?
It's just a common brand.
It's just curry with you piss in it. Yeah.
Real people, as in like no one, as in chefs, get the pestle and mortar and they get the spices and they grind it themselves. Then they marinate the meat in it like an idiot.
Reese's peanut butter cups creamer.
I got Reese's everything now, man.
Reese's sold out, man.
Reese's
Remember Reese's was cool?
Reese's is cool. They've got like 10 new kinds of Reese's and they're all good.
Do they really?
They've been like cranking out new Reese's types.
I've been on keto for 2 months, so I haven't even looked at candy.
I'm running out of freaking room in here.
It's gonna be like $200 so far.
Wait, really?
I bet.
No, this is not.
I don't. That doesn't. Wait.
There's no way.
Why this much orange juice?
One's
Well, you
for
know
us
how much
and
Munchie
one's
likes
for
his orange
Nate.
juice.
He's just gonna chug the whole thing like fucking Boondocks.
Alright, fine. Oh, I'll put this back then.
A whole day's supply of vitamin C.
You don't know what I'm talking
Bro,
about?
you're
Some
looking
fucking
stylish
Zoomer
as
shit.
fuck right now.
Yeah.
Gabe looks too cool to be hanging out with us.
I'm a little fresh. A little bit. Just a little.
Got that custom merch.
It's my favorite merch.
Dude,
And
it's
I'm the only person who's bought any
I
of it.
too am wearing
What?
custom merch, but not from myself. From some fan who sent me this shirt.
It's pretty good. I bought from Spreadshirt
Oh
a
shit, my
beanie.
battery's gonna run out. Big boy, you want to talk? I don't do none of that.
It is going.
RADCON!
RADCON.
External charging. I thought it was a big vape. Okay, that makes more sense. Now I understand. This is what I thought. I was like, are you charging the vape from
Which
your
one?
phone?
Which one? Was this? You thought this was like a mod?
I thought it. Well,
Yeah, I guess.
yes, yeah. It's not the most ridiculous idea.
We just really suck.
So, Tom, what's the current situation?
Connected. We're good to go.
Good, great. All right, I will get my mic and I will set it up.
Just need
As soon as this vape
to get a newer version of OBS and maybe it'll be good.
OBS. Good. Impossible.
Oh, fuck. I will.
Hey!
There he's at. There he's at.
Oh shit, it's short hair Hippo.
There he is.
It's me.
Gibbon, Louis, whatever.
Yeah. You're carrying something heavy, but hello.
It's not heavy.
Oh.
Well,
I don't know, I'm so strong. Everything seems like.
Yo. Check out RADCON 3. That content's still good. In between RADCON 4. When you're done with RADCON 3, check out RADCON 2. Don't check out RADCON 1.
Is that a
it's
walking
too
stick?
old.
Look how amazing you look.
I can barely tell, but
Wow.
I'll take it.
Is that a walking stick?
Yeah, he's dead. He's mostly dead.
Yeah.
What if I steal it?
Dude, go for
He
it.
can't walk anymore after you do that.
Dude, I want to get a threaded cane.
Now he's
we
fucking
can
dead.
be Bloodborne.
I really love having Gino just there, glowering in the background. It's so fun to just like pan from one of you to just Gino, like he's
to
in on the
artist.
conversation.
Credit to the artist whose name I forget.
Shigeru Nintendo.
Shigeru Nintendo.
That's a RADCON 3 joke
So-
recycled to all you
I don't even remember that.
listeners out there.
All you eagle-eared,
Say that in RADCON 3.
I forget. I believe it.
eagle-eyed listeners.
Yeah.
I like that.
You eagle-eyed listeners will notice that phrase makes no fucking sense.
They sure will. But that's half the fun.
Hey,
Oh no!
Oh wait, you use more of that.
I gotta get a knife and cut
So
off.
many
Put
characters.
your freaking cream cheese in the refrigerator.
Now that I
Put your freaking.
So when are we getting started? Are we like already?
I think we're getting OBS installed.
What microphone are we gonna use?
Nate has his that he brought, so
Hey Nate. Nate,
Yes.
you're probably gonna have to hook up your microphone soon, dog.
What?
Your microphone. Are we using your mic?
Yeah, I brought it right over there. I was just getting this.
Right
I will,
over.
Here, yeah.
Oh, I see it.
It's in a bag with all those pieces.
That bag. This Whole Foods bag contains his egg.
Have we received any communication from the owner?
You know, I think they asked us to reach out when we checked in, so I'll just like message them on the thing. But I mean, they like emailed with instructions like 3 days ago, say check in. That's it. It's like a company that manages it, so
yeah,
it's not like it's like someone who's like concerned.
Have you noticed all the mermaid oyster posters around?
You know, I actually didn't notice. I noticed some mermaids.
There's one in the bathroom as well. It's the same thing, I think. But it's just ads for fresh from the Chesapeake Bay saltwater oysters. That is what we are on right now. Oh. The beach behind us is the Chesapeake Bay.
Like a hamburger poster.
Hey, where did George Washington set us free from slavery? Was that
I don't think that even happened in Virginia at all.
Here in Virginia, the Old Dominion.
Wasn't there the Battle of Yorktown? I thought that was Yorktown, Virginia.
Yorktown is in, I think that's around here.
So there was a battle at least.
Yorktown's around here, right?
Yeah, we saw the sign as we were driving out.
Between here and Williamsburg, I believe.
Yeah, like around Newport News, I think.
1771.
You guys want to check out Jamestown?
Me and Michelle were actually, we didn't quite finish all of the Hamilton soundtrack on the way out. We got through good about it.
I don't remember the fucking words. Hamilton's great.
I haven't listened to it or watched it yet.
Dude, you know what you gotta do? In my mind, Hamilton's an anime because I couldn't watch it in the theaters, but people did animatics for all the songs on YouTube.
Oh, really?
In an anime style, so I'm just like, Hamilton's a sick fucking anime, dude. I love it.
I've been meaning to check it out for a long time because the man who plays Thomas Jefferson, Daveed Diggs, is one of my favorite rappers.
They are releasing a theatrical version of it with the original cast soon.
Oh, thank fuck.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just wait for that then.
Yep, that's the thing to do, for sure. They couldn't release it sooner because they needed to make money on Broadway first. Before nobody cared anymore.
What a handsome child.
First for the bourgeois, then the fucking poor people can get
Body
their
horror.
pre-recorded version.
God. I love being Jewish.
I'm doing it.
I need lax.
Wait.
I need lax stat on this bagel.
Wait, no.
Someone knows.
A what?
I need lax.
Okay.
Lock?
Salmon.
This is not.
Ah.
Gotta put salmon on
Looks
here to
like
make
you
it.
burned that bad boy.
I mean, I toasted it a little excessively, it's true. What? What's the problem?
This is not schnapps.
What?
We were supposed to get peach schnapps.
That is peach schnapps, right?
No, this is
What does it say?
99 peaches.
It was in the schnapps section.
Well, it doesn't say schnapps on it.
What does the back say?
Ben, you gotta go back to that girl you were hitting on and tell her to fuck off.
Nothing. I mean, what the hell is it if it's not schnapps, then what is it? Let me see that.
I
Let me
don't
see that.
know. Wait, careful.
Let me
hold
cover
on.
this. Peach liqueur.
We used it as if it was schnapps.
I think it's just a straight peach liqueur.
Oh well, what are you gonna do?
Are we sure that's not what schnapps is?
I have no idea. I mean,
I'm pretty sure.
The only thing I know about schnapps is schnapps.
Schnapps is.
You know what I'm talking about?
Schnapps is not 99 proof.
You know what I'm talking
I know
about.
Vaguely, I can't quite remember.
Think about it. Schnapps? Schnapps?
Oh my god, I know what it is.
I'll give you a hint.
All
It's
right.
not the same scene. Wait for the cream.
It's for Anchorman.
Wait for the cream.
I don't know.
You don't know the wait for the cream line?
It sounds familiar.
Inglorious Bastards, my nigga.
Oh, yeah, right. The scene in the bar.
Yeah, and the guys, he's just buying everybody schnapps. And he's like,
right.
schnapps? Schnapps?
I watched that scene
Schnapps?
just the other day, but I skipped past the introductory scene with like the little soldiers to the far better part when the SS officer, stands up and gets involved. That's when shit really hits the fan and gets off the rails. I can't speak any German.
You
so
look
I
extra
can't
comfortable right now, Nate.
I got my shoes off.
You're reminding me of the In Praise of Chairs video by Every Frame of Painting. You ever watch that one?
I don't know if I've seen that one, no.
It's one where he talks about like the use of chairs in movies, and there's one scene from, I don't remember if it's Godfather or Scarface, but there's a scene where a guy's like in a chair and he's like trying to kind of like beg the guy for help, but like the chair's like wobbling and it like makes him look extra desperate and like.
I think you're referring
Like,
to the
"Come
scene
on,
between
man."
Michael and Fredo in Godfather 2.
Probably.
That's a famous scene where Fredo is sitting down in a chair and looks like a loser.
And the chair just like, it's like bouncing kind of. Like
it's like a lawn chair.
He's like too far back.
Yes,
it's like,
yep, that's Fredo, alright. Fredo is now a racial slur. Are you aware of this?
I did not.
The Italians will have none of it. It's their N-word.
I'll ask Amanda about that.
Yeah, the only reason I know is I use it for my computer at home all the time.
Fredo, aka Frigger.
Fucking friggers.
Okay. I would suggest perhaps we need to go back at some point and get schnapps, because that 99 shit is bad.
Really?
Well, it makes a really bad substitute for a sex on the beach, I'll say that much.
Did you try it?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, hold on.
I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence, but I'm going hungry. I'm going hungry. Diddy, diddy, wow. I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence.
That's not Creed.
No, that actually is by a band called...
Stone Temple Pilots? No.
It's not Stone Temple Pilots, but they're called Temple of the Dog.
Yeah,
but
okay.
it's actually
Creed 2.
it was that the members of this one band had lost their lead singer that was friends with Soundgarden.
Yeah, okay.
And so Chris Cornell from Soundgarden put together a band with those guys who were left in the band in order to make a tribute album to the guy who died.
Okay.
However, as they were rehearsing to make the song Hunger Strike, it just so happened that the what would eventually be the lead singer of Pearl Jam was there to audition to be the new singer of that other band, I think.
Okay.
And he heard them singing the song, and like Chris Cornell could not like nail the sound he was going for. So Pearl Jam boy gets up and he does his version, and they're like, "That's the one."
Pearl Jam.
So that is both of them on the song.
Oh.
The deep voice is Pearl Jam, the high pitched voice is Soundgarden.
Oh,
Yeah.
fascinating. That's interesting.
Yeah. The more you know. How's that drink?
Not quite cold enough, but I do love orange juice, so it's pretty satisfying.
Wow! Yes.
It's fucking... I was just saying, I got my beef and cabbage stew here, courtesy of May. May made it, right?
Yeah.
Um,
This was just our dinner last night.
yeah.
We made a lot of.
And I just gotta say, this RADCON's off to a pretty banging start.
Banging it out.
Banging it out.
Which burner are you gonna use? The same one I used? Yeah, it's still hot. That's good. That means you'll get heated quick.
Yeah.
This stove is not very strong, I've found, so it's best to have it at like 8. It was not getting hot when I had it lower.
Okay, that's fine.
There's been some spillage.
There
The
is.
soul in the spillage.
We got it though.
The cup that runneth over.
We're gonna
We
stay
turn
on
up
top
the
of
oh
this
god.
shit. Are you recording or you streaming?
I'm recording. What? How can I be streaming?
You can stream from your phone.
Well, I don't know how.
I don't know.
Here's my
Go
bowl.
on YouTube and hit the stream button.
Freshly fucking reheated from the stove.
Does that count as fresh if it's reheated from the stove?
Well, it has freshly been reheated from the stove.
That's fair. I'm gonna do a stream tonight.
Am I correct in the
You're
phone?
perfectly in frame.
That's unbelievable.
It's almost like you've done this for like the better part of a decade.
I usually use the perfectly accessible to me camera with a flip screen on it that would shoot in 16:9 video instead of accidentally 1:4 or whatever the fuck the phone resolution is. 4:1. Is it 1:4 or 4:1?
What are you talking about?
The aspect ratio of a phone camera in vertical mode.
Oh, it's just the opposite. It's 9:16.
Oh.
Right?
Is it?
You're taking the same dimension.
But it's not the same dimensions on this phone. It's definitely not 16:9. Like held sideways, there's no way. It's definitely like longer. It's taller than it is. It's too tall to be 16:9. It's got to be that other phone resolution.
What, like a 2:1?
I think so. Just going by the look of it.
Okay. It's your phone. I'll take your word for it.
who's gonna edit this behind the scenes vlog. It's mostly on your phone, but you can send it to me if you want.
Do you have a computer
At my house, and when I can edit when I get home. Unless you want to, in which case I will send you this file.
I don't think I have editing software on my laptop right now.
Well, shit, dude. How are you gonna edit any RAD content?
I mean, I can just download it. It's free. You're saying I don't have it.
Well, I don't know.
It's a new laptop.
I probably need to fill up this phone if I record you.
It might be true.
It's the
might be true.
It's the truth.
Not an unreasonable position.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. The reason I don't assert my feelings more confidently is because I'm always plagued by doubts that exactly what you're saying could in fact be the case. That everything that people say is so certain on any side of the aisle is in fact basically propaganda of their opponents and has been manufactured to represent something. I just don't trust anything, so I don't know.
You know who's played by doubt? The
Yeah.
white moderate. The white.
I guess it's me.
The
basically.
white moderate. The white moderate.
Yeah.
The biggest enemy to justice, bigger enemy than the KKK, is the white moderate who prefers a negative peace. Who prefers a negative peace to a positive justice.
I fear positive justice.
That's
overreach.
why you are the enemy. That's why you are aligned with the ghouls. That's why you are wrong. Dude, no. You have to be. It's not just enough. It's not just enough not to be racist. You have to be anti-racist. It's not just enough to be neutral in the fucking culture war. You have to be fucking like, yes, MLK? Oh, equality? Yes, please. Thanks very much. No, thank you, white people. Black people? Thumbs up. You know what I'm saying?
You have to be completely opposite to right.
You have to take everything you thought was right and be like, no, actually, everything that was right was wrong now. No, justice, totally flawed concept. Actually, inequality, thank you very much.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Makes
I'm
sense
sorry,
to me.
I feel like it went off the rails a little bit.
A little bit.
And I think that might I might be a little more intoxicated than I thought I was.
No.
Stop.
There's no way.
Listen, hey, keep going. Okay?
You'll get it.
I just really want equality.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just really want racial justice, economic justice. I just really want working class justice. I just really want, class solidarity.
Sometimes that involves saying that things are racist, and then people call you a reactionary. What do you think about that?
Sometimes things are racist by accident.
Sometimes things are racist maybe because nobody really thought about it, and it's okay that it's got like that, but it's maybe not okay to let it stay like that.
It's not okay.
You know.
It's not okay. But it's not like if you accidentally say something racist, you're like a bad person forever. You can be like, oh, shit, I guess that thing I said was a little racist. Having recognized this fact, maybe I shouldn't have said it. Darn. This is a human.
No, I'm gonna double down and go.
No,
love being racist.
Actually, maybe
it's just
no.
the best.
No.
Just
okay, I see where the culture divide is like racist versus anti-racist. I know where I stand.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I just love equality. I just love egalitarianism so goddamn much. I know where I fucking stand. I know where I fucking stand in the culture.
But those two things don't necessarily coincide. Because in a world where not every single person is identical, inequality will inherently be produced by that system.
Sure. True.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely true. Absolutely. Yes. Mm-hmm. But the fact, okay, having recognized that fact, is your answer to say, okay, I recognize that inequality is inevitable. Therefore, I will, A, work in service of it, and be like, okay, yes, recognizing inequality, I therefore back the upper echelons the more than equal? Or do you say, okay, recognizing that inequality is inevitable, I say, okay, therefore, I must work to do what I can in order to equalize the playing field in an arena in which inequality is inevitable. In which I must, okay, inequality is an inevitable fact of life, therefore the right thing to do is to, at every possible point, say, let's advocate for those who might be disadvantaged by this naturalistic tendency towards inequality.
It seems like a perfectly rational perspective to recognize the fact that people start at different positions and everyone can have a shared value of wanting everyone to have an equal opportunity to succeed, but then also to recognize that, you know, because there are people with different levels of ability, some will succeed more than others, to be in a position, which I feel I'm in, of waiting to be shown specific examples of when injustice has been executed and then taking specific corrective measures based on whatever immoral action was taken. But with the recognition that I think many of us disagree on, that just being a billionaire, for example, is not a crime and is not an immoral thing unless you use immoral tactics to achieve it or are exerting immoral actions in the position of being said wealthy person. Which is true of any degree of wealth.
Do you understand the concept of, oh god, like, alright, employer hires employee works for $10 an hour, right? That employee labors for the employer, and their labor produces $12 an hour of overall generative wealth, right? The employer profits by that excess $2, right? It's that excess wealth that they are not paid for that the employer gains from. The employer profits because the employee's generative labor creates wealth in excess of what they are paid for.
Are we saying that the organizer and the manager has no role?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Doesn't deserve any income?
Can you say that the person organizing the work, in order to, like many people...
Wait, who are you talking about? Are we talking about the laborer or someone else?
I'm just raising the point, right?
The employer.
I'm raising a point, like,
okay.
A bunch of workers doing, like, menial work add up to, like, a big amount of money because it's a company, but the added value the person at the top gets is, I mean, maybe it's overblown, but, like,
it's called a risk. They invested in the company.
They organize all the work to become a thing like greater than the sum of its parts. Like, if all these people were working individually, they would not create the product that is made.
Okay.
If they're all working under...
I understand what you mean. The initial business owner, true. They invest the capital, and they hire these individuals to labor in service of a common cause, right? In order to collectively generate a higher degree of wealth in a common endeavor. Sure. True, and yet, like, the fundamental assumption is still true that the laborer must produce wealth in excess of what they are paid in order to be profitable for the capital owner. If the capital owner was not receiving more wealth from them than they were distributing to them via wages, then it would be it wouldn't be rational for them to hire them. That's the basic assumption of wage labor, is that they are creating more wealth by their labor than they are being compensated for through their wages.
The counterpoint to that, though, is that individually, these people are not thinking of the larger picture that they are contributing to.
Who? The laborer or the employer?
The laborer. Like, the laborer is not thinking about the larger, like, the bigger picture necessarily in the work that they're doing.
That's called class consciousness, is when they start thinking about that. That's called class consciousness.
Alright, it's not necessarily, though. Like, most laborers do not think, like, the extra $2 that they should have been paid in organizing that the person at the top does.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you that there is no value at all in, you know, the initial capital owner deciding to, you know, risk their capital in a business venture and hire a bunch of laborers to pursue an agenda that may or may not eventually turn out to turn a profit to them. I'm not going to tell you that there's no value in that whatsoever. But I am going to tell you that the person doing that initially is in a position that is just inherently privileged over the sort of person that they are going to end up, you know, paying the wages to in exchange for their labor. And,
sure.
And it is a in a fundamentally capitalist system, like, you have to just kind of accept that this is true. And fair enough, right? Like the people with the means are going to be the ones who employ those without the means to pursue the means, right? In the interests of whatever fucking ends they decide their business is about. That's true. And if you are capitalist, right? If you're Elizabeth Warren, if you're capitalist to your bones, you're like, okay, yeah, this is what capitalism is, and the way to solve it is to say, okay, well, let's take that basic framework and let's add onto it legislation and restriction and regulation in order to minimalize the damaging effects of it. In order to ensure that the people who are employed by those with the means are, you know, compensated fairly, given the benefits, that it's not overly exploitative. I mean, ultimately what that is, like, capitalism, the concept of, you know, an individual or a group of individuals privately owning the means of production and employing wage labor of the underclass to pursue the generation of wealth by the means of the means of production, right? It is inherently exploitative, right? The inherent sort of goal is to exploit the underclass for the benefit of the upper class, and you can regulate it, sure, but that's not like capitalism's actually good because we regulate it. That's capitalism's bad. Capitalism, the drive of capitalism is to extract wealth from the bottom to the top, to agglomerate wealth among the smallest number of individuals possible. And the regulations that are there in a social democratic system are fundamentally working against the goals of capitalism. They are regulations that are imposed on capitalism to decentralize it and basically go against its fundamental precepts and end goals. It's not like, capitalism works if you do it in this way. It's capitalism is bad, but you can mitigate its bad effects through X, Y, and Z sort of external anti-capitalist factors, regulations, right? Those regulations are inherently anti-capitalist. Unions and things like that. Those are inherently anti-capitalist things that might improve. You basically improve capitalism by undermining it, right? Through things like unions, right? Those are sort of inherently anti-capitalist organizations. They're devoted to the broader distribution of ownership of the means of production. Wow, how long did I just go on about that? I felt like that lasted forever.
I don't know.
Okay, cool. Woo!
I get the point, though. I sort of agree that, if you just accept capitalism as true, there are just inherent winners and losers based on that system of ownership existing inherently. That's true. But what I just fall back to, based on that, is just, okay, it becomes a utilitarian point. like, okay, what's best for the world? And I mean, to me, the competition generated by competing owners of various stuff,
Sure.
you know, and again, with their interests vying against their employees, that whole system seems to do the best job in terms of making the world a better place with just more shit for us all to enjoy. So far.
I mean,
it's not perfect, but,
okay. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm not even trying to. But like,
Bernie Sanders is a capitalist, from what I understand, too. So
more or less, yeah. Bernie Sanders is. He calls himself Democratic Socialist. Like all the policies he advances are really just social democratic policies, like FDR style Democrat shit. Okay. You say it's better. I was gonna ask, like, better than what?
Well, more productive. I mean, I'm no scholar of history,
like
but it seems to me that
your version of capitalism is better than what?
Well, I guess, again, I have limited knowledge of history, but it seems like things like, just for example, the limited amount of contrary systems we have, such as, like, the Soviet Union, it seems like it just spiraled.
The Soviet Union, which, under communism, went from a completely irrelevant non-entity to a major world power.
But
and then did eventually collapse. True.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, if you just compare that with the model of the West, it just seems like, comparing those two models, seems like the Western one has proved to be the more successful long term. I mean, maybe there's more going on. I don't know.
There is more going on, because America, the West and America in particular, has this capitalist model of production in which they are incentivized to encourage that under foreign powers. And, like, that's America, like the CIA in America, they install dictators in other countries in order to, because like one capitalist power benefits by another power being capitalist, because like a capitalist power benefits by trade, and so it is in their best interest to install capitalist powers in other countries in order to increase trade among global powers.
It seems to me that many dogmatic capitalists, I mean, maybe fairly, they seem to have data that convinces them that, like, capitalism is just better, end of conversation. Well, I wouldn't pretend that I have that or have researched it. I don't. This is basically, it's an inclination of personality, I guess, that makes me think that, like, competition just seems to produce better results than trying to get people to agree to work for the greater good, which I'm not convinced long-term produces greater results.
Okay.
So it's a totally pragmatic argument.
I don't feel like I don't think there are many socialists today who are completely anti-market, right? Like, I don't think many people would argue against the existence of, like, currency and, like, the individual's free will to decide, like, what to spend their currency on and what not to. But the problem is in some cases an individual's power over the means of production of something, say healthcare, right, produces like an inordinate control of them over like the thinking of and the actions of the population, right? Like if the health insurance industry extraordinarily controls, the access to insulin, right? And then, like, a huge number of the population is like, well, shit, I can't get insulin unless I kowtow to the whims of this privately owned organization that happens to own the means of distribution of this chemical that I am dependent upon to live. Then, like, I don't know. That seems like inherently exploitative in a way that, like a market existing in the field of something like, I don't know, caviar, or like a specific kind of meat, or like a specific commodity that is not inherently like necessary to human life, is different. Like I don't care if people are competing for like who can claim the highest price on like some fucking like genetically pure strain of like sun-dried tomatoes or whatever. Like nobody needs that to live. But then like when that market extends into something that is necessary to human life, like insulin or just like, I don't know, food in general or something like, or water, right? Like in Flint, Michigan, right? Like there's no publicly available clean water because like the water supply in Flint, Michigan has been poisoned. And it has basically been left up to private entities to fix that problem, and it has been like 2 years or something, and it hasn't worked because nobody. Bloomberg, by the way, could have fixed the Flint, Michigan like poisoned water problem with a fraction of the money that he spent on campaigning for president in 2020, but he didn't because it wouldn't have generated profits for him. And that's fucked up. But that's just one example.
I just want to ask, would socialism or communism, whatever alternative to capitalism would that have solved Flint, Michigan's water crisis necessarily?
I mean, it's hard to say. Maybe possibly because under a more socialist system, maybe the people of Flint, Michigan could have collectively voted on where to allocate funds. For example, to fix their poisoned public water supply, as opposed to some rich guy who happens to own Nestle Corp or whatever, just being well, I don't actually want to fix. I don't want to fix the public water supply. I actually just want to continue to sell my bottled water, at a profit, and the demand is really high because the public water is poisoned.
I feel like there's so much embedded in the statement of just happens to own, as if he just randomly found himself in charge of a giant corporation, and not that he had anything to do.
Or have you drank?
Stay hydrated.
3 cups at least.
Okay, recently?
One more.
Let's get you one more,
all right,
and you'll be good. Where the fuck? Who gave him this piece of bread? Was it you, Tom?
I went and got it myself.
Okay.
It was hey.
One piece of bread. You thought one piece of bread.
I got 2.
2. Okay. Oh, 2.
Yeah.
Like a sandwich.
Yeah, it's like a bread sandwich.
Hey guys, by the way, I want to say.
Yeah.
Are you recording me?
Right now, yeah.
Okay. Well, I want to say, in case you're wondering.
This is the worst idea.
No. I want to say, no. Shut the fuck up. You're undermining what I was gonna say. What I was gonna say is, in case you're wondering or you have anxiety about what just transpired, that was really funny.
It was really funny.
It was super funny.
It was really funny, and it's totally.
No one cares. No one cares.
It's totally fine and cool and funny.
Being drunk and just being a silly boy is not a crime, despite what you may want, Ben. I know you want to penalize.
The prohibition days.
You make my life right now on YouTube.com.
This is the backer stuff. This is the backer shit, bro.
This is right after the live stream that you may have watched.
Yep.
The one where we go
flick.
Look at me walk completely normally. I'm perfectly fine. I'm gonna sit down now.
I think this man, baby, 100% sober.
Here's some water. I recommend you drink it all.
I think you're...
Whoa, careful.
That's almost gay, bro. Ooh, take my big glass of water and drink it all, bro.
There's no such thing as being too hydrated.
There's no such thing as being gay when it comes to helping your bros out.
That's true.
Well...
What if you... Well, I mean...
Unless you want it to be.
If you're offering...
If you're offering, it could be.
Damn.
I mean, cook handshakes are on the menu.
They are on the menu.
Are you offering?
No.
So what I'm thinking is they're actually not on the menu.
They're not, in fact, on the menu.
Well, they're on the menu in so much as
they're on the menu,
but
we're out of stock.
What's that Californian restaurant that has stuff that isn't on the menu but is available? In-N-Out Burger.
Animal style?
Yeah, In-N-Out Burger, right? Yeah. This is In-N-Out Burger style.
This is your GoPro, Tom. Where are you sleeping?
More like Go Amateur. You fucking amateur.
Thank you.
Tom, do you feel like a fucking amateur procrastinator right now?
I feel like the worst
one
example
bedroom
of
in
the
the
human
entire
species
house,
ever
like, first
spawned.
thing.
Why?
Because he's
Because
a punk-ass
I
bitch.
got too close to the sun like Icarus,
Yeah.
and my mental wings are burning and exploding into death.
Oh God, I'm becoming that moment where you become aware of your inebriation and you feel deep shame.
It's been like an hour of that.
Let me-
I can't stop.
It's fine. As long as nobody gets sick over Punk or Visco or Hippo.
All that matters is that we meet our obligations to the fucking backers. As we get every video we promised done, I don't give a shit.
Look at her.
That's all.
Look at her. She has the RADCON 4 badge.
So do where is it?
Yeah, well,
That's-
so do I. Do I have
So do I. Look at mine. I've
If
got.
it was like a solid gradation of like fucked to fucked, that'd be one thing. Like,
Yeah.
The fact that I went from like I'm okay to like I'm not okay.
It's funny.
In like a fraction of a second.
I didn't notice you getting drunk at all.
I didn't notice it all either.
Until suddenly you were like, I've never been this drunk in
Yo,
my life. And I was like, wait,
some niggas.
And I was like, wait, what?
Some niggas just keep they shit to they self until all of a sudden it ain't to they self anymore.
Damn.
And this nigga right here is that nigga. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I'm very
Hey,
glad.
listen, black people in the audience.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't.
Listen,
this
we're
man
not
is
a hateful.
this man
We're
is
not. We
super-
don't. I don't represent the PCP. No man does. Especially not this white nigga right here. Nah, brah.
Least of all. Least of all.
Fucking
I'm
white
definitely
piece
least
of
of all.
shit. Defend your slave-owning
Defend your whiteness
history.
now.
Yeah, defend it.
Here's my case.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Oh God. The earnestness was like, all right. Let me just.
Yo, slavery though had some definite up
I've
points.
been waiting for this day when I'm asked to defend myself for being white. I
Yeah.
have a defense prepared. Let me
Let's-
just get my notes.
Let's hear it. All right, go.
I didn't ask to be born white.
Yeah.
I didn't ask to be. And
Preach.
I've tried my best to be a good boy in every aspect of life, including being nice to the minorities, however small they may be.
Yeah.
So, you know.
So why do you hate them so much? Is my main question.
I mean,
Why?
They just treat me like shit. They just say,
I mean,
"Ha,
they be
you're
fucking
gay."
all the white women, and that's just not cool, man. You got to save some for us.
They say,
Come
"Fuck
on."
you."
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not cricket. That's not right to do that. to
That's
a
not
boy.
cricket, man. Yeah, no.
I didn't agree to this. And suddenly I'm a racist. Just because
Suddenly
I
I'm a racist just because I'm a pro-genocide, bro.
I'm just a pro-Jared, alright?
Yo, if
Justice for Pro Jared.
we need to...
Justice for Pro Jared. Justice for what's that?
Whoa, if you stand right there, the light of God is shining on you when you say justice for pro-Jared.
Like right here?
Like right there.
Justice for Pro Jared.
Justice for pro-Jared,
Justice
man.
for Johnny Depp.
No lie. Toxic thoughterry is a real killer. It kills.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's fake wokeness, man.
Mhm.
It's the same reason.
Yep.
It's the same reason why Warrenites won't vote for Bernie.
Damn.
It's the same thing to kill Johnny Depp. Same thing to kill Pro Jared.
Damn.
What is it? I don't know. But I know it's the same thing. I can feel it. Don't fucking point at me, you fuck.
This man's not afraid to preach. That's all I'm saying.
Listen. Hey, listen. Nobody likes the libs, okay? They're fake woke,
Yeah?
all right? Class consciousness.
Class consciousness
Immediately.
immediately.
Class consciousness. Please. Please. Please.
I
beg you.
Tom, how do you feel about class consciousness?
Dude, fuck the rich.
Uh-huh.
There's absolutely a class divide in the United States of America.
Sure.
You're there, man. You're fucking there.
He's
Look,
there.
I'm not sure how I feel about
But what's the
racial
solution?
divides and stuff, because
Sure.
it just feels like it's a distraction.
Okay.
Race divides?
Class
Mm-hmm.
is the number
You think
one.
it's a distraction?
He said class is a higher priority, that's
I think
all.
class-
Wow. Shocking. Yeah.
Sure.
Amazing.
Uh-huh.
I think it's just a distraction.
We
used
could probably
by the
all
elite
agree
to
on
keep
that.
us fighting
So.
amongst ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I think class is the number one problem,
Mm-hmm.
and we gotta fucking stop it. We gotta fucking.
But the question is how. The question is how.
kill
like-
rich people.
Like Admiral Howe.
Storm Congress.
Dude,
kill
you gotta-
everybody
dude.
in government.
You gotta bust the trust. You gotta
there's
Teddy
no
Roosevelt
way-
that shit. You gotta FDR that shit.
The
You gotta
people-
bust the fucking trust.
The people
who are able to change things are the ones who are the most set by the system as it currently stands.
We gotta elect Elon Musk president. This is the only solution.
Unironically, what happened to the Roosevelts? Like, where is the Roosevelt dynasty? Like two of our like most beloved presidents were in the Roosevelt family.
Whoa!
But like,
wait, there's a woman. There's a woman over here, though.
I'm just saying, we have like the Bush dynasty, we have the Kennedy dynasty. Where's the fucking Roosevelt dynasty?
Why do you want the Roosevelt dynasty?
It's not. I mean, I don't really believe in dynastic succession or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, like, why is there a Kennedy dynasty or a Clinton dynasty or a Bush dynasty and not a Roosevelt dynasty? Like,
well, the Bush one's pretty recent.
Like, where did they go?
I don't know. I don't know.
How did girls deal with
There probably is an easily findable answer on Wikipedia, so never fucking mind.
I mean, I think in America, dynasties have a harder time surviving.
But we have them. Like, we have the Clintons.
There's the Clinton. Well, that's within what? The span of like 20 years?
The Clinton, I guess so. But the Clintons, the Kennedys, the Bush, they are alive and well. The Roosevelt, I mean, I guess I'm just wondering, the Roosevelts were a huge fucking thing. They were a huge family in American politics. And where the fuck are they?
Where's the Rockefellers is my question.
Well, we busted their trust.
Is that true? And then they...
To a certain extent.
Yeah. All I know is I associate Rockefellers with badass rappers who have fat chains. How do you feel about that, Tom?
I don't know if I understand.
Do you want a fat chain or not? Answer the question.
Yes.
That's my boy. Yeah. Same.
Hey.
Weigh in on fat chains, Gib.
Fat chains?
Yeah.
More like fat shames.
I
shame fat people.
Disavow. Surely you disavow.
Hey guys, it's me, Punk from the future.
Yeah.
This is what I sound like. Kill all whites.
Save the oranges, such as Trump. Are you pro-Trump, Punk?
Dude.
A fellow orange.
Trump is a fellow pumpkin, so yes.
Okay.
Dude, hashtag make Trump afraid in 4 words. How about smart women are near? How about Nancy Pelosi fucking tearing the speech apart? How about Nancy Pelosi sarcastically clapping at his little speech?
Too powerful.
Dude, President Cheeto needs to get off the toilet and stop tweeting. You know what I'm saying? Dude, Biden 2020. You know what I mean?
It's the only solution for me, bro. Yeah. Oh, God. I'm looking to end my life tonight.
It's the final solution, if you know what I'm saying, boomers.
I think we all know what you're saying.
God! Die!
This man committed murder. Political assassination.
In Minecraft.
So much for the tolerant left. Am I right?
I'm hurting right now.
I'm stopping this recording. This is enough. All right. Goodbye.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. Was that bad for you too, huh?
What the fuck is going on? I have amnesia and I don't know where I am. Where am I? That's the arc for Munchie. This RADCON 4 Kickstarter. Wow, guys, give us money more. Please do that. Hey, what the fuck is up? Make your pizza and flip me around like I'm a big old Pisano pizza pie cyclone. Hey! Chino. $1,000 now. Turn that off. I have my suitcase.
Have you ever seen that tweet of someone who's like at Tom Steyer? This is years old, but it's like someone at Tom Steyer. It's like when you gotta fucking overthrow the bourgeoisie and kill all the billionaires, and it's like a gif of like a guy. He's like crying, but he's holding a gun, and Steyer's just like, I appreciate the hesitation. Steyer's a little base. But also cringe. He eats his base apple and his cringe of weed at the same fucking time. He dips one in the other.
You know, I'm a big cringy. The cringe of wheat, when you put sugar in it, not bad.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
Dude, the ultimate power move was when Connor was like, hey, Ben, you can have my apple. I ate my base apple, but you can have the rind, and you can have the syrup that's left in the bowl. And I'm like, hell yeah! And I poured it and mixed it in to the cringe of wheat,
That was good.
combining the power, turning it into a soup. Mmm. Damn.
Yes, true.
Damn, that's real shit. That's real shit right there. That's how we livin'.
Tell it to him, little B.
Tell it to a morgue when you fucked. Tell it to real gamers who don't die, they fuck. Fuck off!
Look at this boy. We're all over here roughing it, just pulling shit out of packages, just chowing down. This refined English gent made a proper breakfast.
I just haven't been there yet.
What do you have to say for yourself?
Delicious. It's food, and I eat it.
Fuck you.
Yep.
Alright, so we've reached peak zombie. It's Bad Wolves cover of Zombie, 96.1. Bad Wolves cover of Zombie, 98.7.
Double zombie, baby.
This one is 30 seconds or so earlier in the song than the other one currently. This one's nearing the end. This is the worst cover of any song I've ever heard.
Butt rock cover.
Good thing I'm immune to propaganda.
Actually,
What if I took
Oh,
a song and made it sound like every other song?
I'm getting influenced by the media I consume.
Bad Wolves was getting ready to cover that song.
I'm a zombie now. Damn!
Originally, they were going to have the singer from the Cranberries actually sing on their cover of the song.
What's the point of covering a song, then?
I don't know, but they
Yeah.
were going to have her sing on it, except that she died in a bathtub before they could finish the song.
Dang!
Dude, Jean-Paul Marat died in a bathtub.
Drank herself to death.
What's her
in
name?
a bathtub.
I remember when she died.
Just a couple years ago.
Do you actually need garlic bread?
We're gonna try to do that lecture tonight.
That was the plan, right?
Yeah.
To do it tonight.
So you want to get the garlic bread after this?
Yeah, I told them to get garlic bread. Maybe they did. I will have to ask them. Oh, there's no machine. Oh, I guess not.
Oh man. Is it even worth it now?
It's a
Should we just
combination
leave?
of Taco Bell and KFC.
Oh, it is.
So it's like a more simple one.
Taco Bell. So now the meme is.
The meme is dead.
Well, I mean, you can still get what
rush
you
to the
want.
drive-thru, but they do have donut chicken sandwiches here.
They sure do.
Is that
not a poor boy special?
Is that a crime against God?
I think
Yes.
so.
No doubt.
Man, they don't have.
Well, I just cemented that I don't want anything. But you guys go for it. I'm gonna look into this garlic bread situation.
The magic of laughs.
What do we do now?
I guess
Order.
we just get Taco Bell.
Man, if I hadn't been hyped up, I'd be so satisfied right now.
You could probably ask for a $1 Frito burrito with extra Fritos, and they might do it.
But that would require communicating with
It
people
would, which
with an air of
the entire
entitlement,
of like, yeah.
which is entirely why
Now
no one
you're-
ever does that.
You're asking. I mean, we could go to another.
We could be, you know, middle-aged white
that
women
would
and
kill
do that.
20 minutes going to another Taco Bell.
I don't care that much.
Yeah, I don't care that much.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Well, I don't want anything. Up to you guys.
press F for video idea.
Maybe later. All right, we just wrapped up the Brad Garlinghouse lecture. I am Brad Garlinghouse. I just want to say, okay, at the beginning, you'll see, guys, when I bit into, I don't know if ever you have bitten into a full clove of garlic, the acid that surged in my stomach as I was digesting this, I was this close to puking everywhere. I did not think I was going to make it.
You showed no signs of that at
You
all.
gotta be a professional when you're performing. The fuck that Michelle like eats garlic. She'll like roast it and eat it, but I still feel very sick.
It's very different roasted.
I guess you're right. That was very painful. Anyway,
it's like, I mean,
it went well.
think about how, you know, you can eat meat or
When it's
roasted
cooked.
meat.
Oh shit! Damn, nigga, that shit true. Well, I think that was good.
Hey, first lecture.
First lecture.
Of RADCon.
Yeah, Brad. Brad's our dad. Brad's our dad. Brad the trad. Brad the trad. Brad, time to go to a Bible study, baby. Let's go.
Rolling.
Give us a. I'll do like a and a 1 and a 2
And a 1, 2, 3, 4. Pooping on the. All right, we'll do it like. Remember, when we say on pooping, your right foot should come down on
This is
pooping.
not something that needs this much.
Yeah, seriously.
Right, so
Just go.
You ready? Yep.
I've been recording this entire time. Go.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Pooping on a cock, pooping on a cock, all day long, and pooping on a cock, pooping on a cock, pooping on a cock, all day long, and pooping on a cock.